All right, really busy yesterday, so I have to get the video out early. But let's start with the SPY. We can see the SPY is holding the spacing or holding these highs. Needs to get some juice to it. The MACD kind of looks but again, we just break these highs and we continue to the upside. I would just see this as the dip to be bought, and you could just have your stop below this level and see where it goes. On the weekly, again, this might be just a tight flag to continue to the upside, but again, the underlining trend is bullish, so that's the way we're going to stay. QQQ, pretty much the same thing. We have to see what's going on. Again, this does have spacing as well, so it's holding these highs currently. We want to see where it could continue. Some people use the fib extensions. I do as well sometimes. So let's say I put it from here to like right there. So then you could kind of get your levels above to see how high you're going to go from there. And they're not showing right here, but try to use that fib extension to see, what your risk reward ratio is going to be as well. So you can edit those. To not only have the 1.62, but you could do 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So you could kind of say, like, listen, where's my risk reward before I start getting into the trades? You got the Russell. Russell looks good again. Let's look at the volume on the IWM. Volume is lightening up a little bit, but I like the price action. I like that it's continuing to the upside. If you look on the 30-minute, it came back all the way down, and then it came back and approached the highs. So we just want some continuation. 30-minute, you can see this long, weak trend down. So it took all this time to go up, this little time to go up, which, let's say if this is 31 bars, it took 48 bars to go down. So that just means that it's weaker down than it is up. So again, I think that we have more to go for the upside. The diamond, it's just barely holding it, quite honestly. And we have to see these aren't candles of real, and this isn't volume that is showing anything. Plus, you can see that the momentum from the MACD is kind of saying, let's see how this goes. Tesla, huge day. Okay, if somebody said that they could have called this beforehand, they said they called it. Yeah, now welcome to the internet, because you definitely didn't call it. If you got some of it, which I know some people that did, that's awesome, because it just kept going and going and going and going. So, this one looks really, really good. Let's see if it leaked over on Solar City. Solar City got a little pop to the upside. IBM still looks weak. We got Apple. Apple is right at a pivotal level, quite honestly, just to see if it's going to continue to the upside. But again, it is going back in and is not creating any type of spacing. So that is not a good thing. It just means that it's a sloppy, uptrend currently. See how every time we got from this level, you got spacing. From the next pivot, you go up. You want it to give you some type of space, and it came back in it. So that's really not a good sign for that. We got Google breaking down. We got Amazon not giving you much right here right now. Looking at the weekly, still has that 50-day to kind of really battle with. And if you look at the fib retracement from the highs, you can see that it is probably around that 38%. So it's still not out of the race regarding where it can retrace. But if it gets that 50 and retraces down that 350 level, that could be something that, if it can't get up and at least halfway through, that's something that needs to draw some concern for the bulls fund. Netflix just consolidating, quite honestly, and just not giving you much right here right now. But underlying trend, of course, you can see is up. So you want to trade that accordingly. Let's look at the banking sector. We got BAC. Could it come fill this gap? Looks like it. Fill this gap and rolled on these levels that we said were previous. Became support, broke down, now became resistance. So we see how far that rabbit hole goes down. Goldman Sachs is still testing this level. I like this little consolidation. Momentum is to the upside, so I would look to be going bullish for that. Wells Fargo got pretty, I don't know what the hell happened, but maybe it was earnings or something. I got to just double check, but it pulled back significantly, and it is in this previous pivot point. So if we look on the weekly, it's still bullish on the weekly. So we'll see how in this retracement, it looks scary. It is less than 3%. So that's something to always keep in mind, is the percentages, to say, okay, are these things really weak, or is it just visually look insane, but percentage wise it's not really saying much. You got the MACD kind of crossing over down to the downside, so be careful with that one. You got Yelp. Yelp might give a little bit more. I mean, you have, if it can break this high, and definitely if it can break this high, it can gap and go, and that's something that you really want to take note of. We got Citigroup. Citigroup is not really giving much turning sideways. You can see there's no real trend with this, so don't try to fight it. If you're somebody that could trade range bound, that's fine, but understand it's something you need to know how to do versus trying to force trades. So that's pretty much it. And trading well today. I haven't even looked at the futures, but be a little cautious, because you see some momentum is dying down a little bit, and it just could be just for the retracements. So then don't start trying to call a top, because you know how that has worked last year and definitely this year. So take care.